Welcome to the Horror Movie Showdown, episode 73. In the last episode, Ash was transformed from a clown into an axe-wielding badass. And the movie ended with him going through a portal to the evil worlds beyond. So this time around, there was actually a reason for making a sequel. Evil Dead 2 only made its money back 1.7 times at the box office, so it must have made a lot of money as a VHS rental since they decided to make today's movie Army of Darkness. It starts out right where Evil Dead 2 left off, but we quickly jump back to when Ash had a normal life, working at S-Mart.
Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
And then we get a quick recap of Evil Dead 2. This is the fourth time we are told the same story. First time was in the proof of concept short film Within the Woods, then again in the Evil Dead, and then again in Evil Dead 2, and now again in Army of Darkness. But luckily this time it only takes around 2 minutes. As foretold in the old books, long ago a chosen one beat the evil. Kinda. Well, it turns out that this guy was Ash, and that we're about to find out how he did it. Lord Arthur's wise man quickly identifies Ash as the chosen one.
I believe he is the one written of in the Necronomicon. He who's prophesied to fall from the heavens and deliver us from the terrors of the Deadites.
But Arthur doesn't believe him.
He's one of Henry's men!
At the castle, Ash is furthermore blamed for killing Sheila's brother, so she gives him a good beating. In this movie, Ash has become a full-blown badass.
I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now. Jack and shit. And Jack left town.
But how will he survive whatever is hiding in the pit? Well, let's jump in and find out. Of course, it is a demon in the pit. But in Army of Darkness, the demons have been taken to a whole other level. They're even able to perform ninja moves. But again, they are no match for Ash and his chainsaw. In Army of Darkness, the Ash character kind of reminds me of an edgier version of Indiana Jones. Surviving the pit, Ash gains the respect and fear among the villagers. I just love how this funky looking guy is targeted, and even more so how he lets it out on some innocent bystander. Lord Arthur is not buying Ash's act, he wants to fight. But a sword is no match for the boomstick.
This is my boomstick!
Soon Ash is treated like a king and even Sheila wants him.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
But all Ash wants is to go home. And the only way this can be achieved is if he retrieves the Necronomicon. But the demons will give their all to stop him.
You shall never obtain the Necronomicon!
Unlike in the prequels, Ash is no longer cheated by the demon trickery.
It's a trick. Get an axe.
With modern technology and science, Ash gets a new hand and prepares to retrieve the Necronomicon.
Groovy.
But before he does so, he seduces the pretty Sheila. This scene would never have been made in these woke days, as sugar is the real enemy.
Give me some sugar, baby.
The next day they get on their way and soon the chosen one has to proceed on his own. But first he has to learn some important words.
When thou retrievest the book from its cradle, you must recite the words Klaatu, Verata, Niktu. Well, repeat them again.
I got it!
Yeah, get on with it! These words are easy peasy to remember. Klaatu Virara Nikto. On his own, Ash is soon hunted down by the evil, which can now take down trees. I'm actually pretty impressed by the person who filmed these scenes. Am I the only one who always notices these heads inside the trees? Is it a head? Or am I going crazy? Oh boy, do I love these point of view shots. Soon Ash makes his way to a mill where he will stay the night. Having experienced his double in the mirror in Evil Dead 2, he quickly trashes the mirror. But that turns out to be a terrible idea. Just like in Evil Dead 2, this movie is filled with stupid gags. But in this movie, they fit the tone perfectly. And they are done with a straight face. Jolliver's Travel, anyone? So Ash eats one of the small ashes, which leads us to this creepy but hilarious scene. That is so freaky. And soon Ash has a clone growing out of his shoulder.
Are you me?
I'm bad, Ash. And you're good, Ash. You're a goody little two-shoe.
But the bad Ash is quickly dealt with.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
And if that wasn't brutal enough, the humor in Army of Darkness is just spot on. And the adventure continues. Soon Ash finds the location of the Necronomicon on a creepy graveyard. And we're in for some more gags. And I just love how these books come alive. So the 3 books are kind of like the tests in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Except they are more inventive and funny.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, it's time for the words. Do you guys remember them?
Klaatu, Verata.
Well, that has to work too. Or not. Ash has just awakened the Army of Darkness. And a few seconds later we get the first taste of what he has awakened right here at the graveyard. I just love this scene. It is so damn funny and stupid. The bad Ash has also awakened. This quote was actually tributed in the first-person shooter Blood.
I live again.
And a lot of other quotes from the movie were also quoted in the classic game Duke Nukem 3D.
Groovy.
With the book at hand, Ash quickly travels back to the castle, such that he can be transported back home. The wise man is however not happy, as the evil will now come for the book, but all Ash wants is to leave.
Now send me back, like in the deal.
Ash is just a perfect anti-hero. Soon an evil demon takes away Sheila and brings her to the place where the evil are building their army, and Sheila is transformed.
I may be bad, but I feel good.
Now the villagers are shaking in their boots and are in desperate need of a leader. And as Ash has had a change of heart, that is what they get.
That's it. Go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama.
Long before Matt Damon used science on Mars, Ash used science to beat the Deadites. Luckily, Ash has an old chemistry book lying around in the trunk of his car, which contains recipes for making gunpowder. And he also has some of that delicious Coca-Cola. Yummy! No, don't do that with gunpowder! Are you insane? This movie just makes the best parodies of other movies within the genre. And I love how this stupid training montage is used later in the movie. So stupid. Soon the Army of Darkness is approaching, which is shown in these amazing scenes. These really are some of my all-time favorite practical effects and stop-motion effects. And it only gets better when the fighting begins. Again, the camera work is top-notch. The fighting in this movie is hilarious, and I just love this scene where they throw skeletons with stupid poses at Ash. Of course Ash will beat the Army of Darkness, and to do so he will have to beat his own evil twin. This time around, Bad Ash is a bit more badass than when we first met him. Just like in Indiana Jones, our protagonist is overmatched, so he has to use his wits to win. Now Ash can finally get back home. So will he say the correct words this time?
Well, maybe I didn't say every single tiny little syllable, no, but basically I said them, yeah.
What a happy ending. But will the Evil Dead series also get a happy ending on the scoreboard? Let's see. Fighting the Army of Darkness, this movie ended up with an incredible 53 kills. That is of course counting both the Deadites and the humans. The movie has no nudity, but this hot slave girl was enough for a nudity score of 3. Army of Darkness is the least scary movie in the series, so it only gets a scariness score of 1. And now to the overall score. Army of Darkness ends the series on a high note with a score of 9.
Sure, I could have stayed in the past. Could have even been king. But in my own way, I am king.
I've always felt that this movie has one of the best movie endings of all time, and ever since I was a teenager I was hoping for a sequel. And we did get one 23 years later in the form of a series. But at that point I had lost interest in the Evil Dead universe. I tried to watch a few episodes and it was fun enough, but a bit too comedic for my taste. It however seems that many fans enjoyed it. This concludes our travel from one of the scariest movies of all time to probably the best horror movie comedy of all time. I hope you had fun with these 3 episodes, because I had. But we're not entirely done with the Evil Dead movies, as we in the next episode will take a look at the Evil Dead remake, which is probably more of a reimagination. But for now, thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.